Hey, Sean, we are live. We are
All
coming
right.
to you live. How you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, doing well. Good shape here. So what Sean and I are going to do today is we are going to rank the singles that are in the SubPop Singles Club, Volume 5. So the comments area over there is open. Anybody's welcome to comment if they want to, but Sean and I are not going to be really addressing those comments because we want to go ahead and get through these singles and get them all ranked. So, so you're welcome to comment. I'll probably mention that maybe a couple times during that because probably nobody's tuned in right now anyway. So we're going to get started here. The SubPop Singles Club, I'm just going to give you just a very brief history of it. The SubPop Singles Club started in 1988, November of 1988. That was Volume 1. That was one single per month that SubPop released to the people who joined the club, and that went through December of '93. So was that 5 years? So it must have been 60 or so singles in that one. I was not a member of it back then. Volume 2 was so then they took a break, like a 5-year break. So Volume 2 was April of '98 to March of 2002. So it looks like with Volume 2, they started doing them in 1 year increments. The volume would just be 1 year. I guess that's the way it worked. Volume 3 was not until August. Oh, no. What did I just say? Volume 2 was April of '98 to March of 2002. So that's 4 years. Anyway, 4 years for Volume 2. Now Volume 3, August of 2008 to July of 2009. So with Volume 3, it's 1 year. Volume 4, they waited 10 years again. April of 2019 to February of 2020. So we're doing Volume 5. So these started arriving in February of 2020. I didn't, you subscribed from the beginning, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you've been getting them all year. I didn't even subscribe until August or September. So they sent me a batch of like 7 singles all at once. And then I've gotten the other ones since then.
I think I got 4 on the first, 3 or 4 on the first shipment. I don't know if it's because of COVID or whatever, but it wasn't spaced out exactly, 2 per every other month. So,
but we got them all now. So,
yeah.
So that's the good thing. When we joined the club, we were all assigned a membership card. Here's mine. You gonna show your card here?
I've lost mine, I believe.
Okay.
Either that or I have all bootleg records. That's a possibility.
Yeah, that could be. We're gonna take your word for it that these are not bootlegs, though. So I also enclosed this letter with that membership card, and it just tells us some places we can get discounts and entitlements. There's actually a lot of detail here on the back about some things you're agreeing to. So read that fine print carefully if you decide to join for Volume 6. So so there's 12 records in here. Here's what the box looks like. This came, I got it with my first, I think it came with the first shipment with the 7 records that I got. And back of it looks very cool. So Singles Club Volume 5. So we're just going to go through. So what we're going to do is go through all 12 of them. I'm just going to show all 12 of them to you. Sean and I will both talk about them a little bit, brief description. After that, we're going to, I think, just have a quick guess as to which one. I'm going to guess which one Sean picked as first and last, and he's going to do the same. And then we will reveal our choices on the ranking. So, here we go. The first one, the band called Lotion. There's dots after each letter. Lotion, multinational corporation. So I don't know exactly what that means. These records, a lot of them are colored vinyl, not all of them. This one is sort of a kind of a magenta. It's more red on screen, but it's closer to real live. So this one has the words on the back. And how would you describe this record, Sean?
I would say this is it's pretty abrasive. This was not a great start for me listening to this one first. So I would say maybe a little less catchy Ministry. Kind of industrial rock with a really sounds like all the instruments are pushed, all into the red. To me, a little too much. And I'm not a big fan of this art.
Yeah. What? What you just don't like it in general, or the cyber type thing, or
I don't know. I mean, it's cartoony, but it's not all that skilled, in my opinion. And anyway, that's
okay. Yeah. Let's see. What did I say? I said it had some driving synthesized beats and guitar. This had the I called it industrial rock too. Yeah, and this one had those growling type of vocals. I don't know what the actual description of those vocals is, but yeah, what it sounds like they're growling the words instead of singing them. The next record is Ilabamba. I will tell you that for Ilabamba, the first side is Mariposa. So we're kind of telling about, I guess, the whole record, artwork, A side, B side. I guess maybe if the B side is, if it comes up or not. But anyway, Ilabamba, the A side is Mariposa de Colcoman, and the second side is La Última Vez. So the main thing to know about this is it's all sung in Spanish. I looked up Mariposa is a butterfly. So here is the back of that. And this is all written and sung by one person. And then there's some accompanying with it, of course. And let's see. Yeah, acoustic guitar with some other guitars. There's some female singers. Sounds like traditional Mexican music to me. And it ends with a cool psychedelic sounding instrumental section with a little bit of spoken word. Yeah.
Let me point out one thing right here before we get too deep into this. This is an old, one of the old SubPop singles. This is the only one I have from the first Mechanormal Crevice.
Cool.
But let me just talk about the design of the label. Like they have a big SubPop on top, and then this kind of jaggy lines. They kept that consistent with this. I think it was a pretty wise move to go with this more of a beige brown, because the yellow of the original would clash with a lot of these colors, I think, a lot more. So that's just a design point about the new series. The only thing I like about the old one better is the SubPop is kind of a bolder at the top versus
that old one looks a little bit like the old Atco labels. Atco 45s. All right, yeah, cool.
Yeah, the Spanish on this one, I don't know any Spanish, so this is a very song-oriented. Like the music is very simple, so I feel like to really get it, you would need to be able to hear the Spanish. These first two, going in order, were two of the ones I kind of had a problem with the design on, but I really like some of the other ones. I don't want it to sound like everything is going to be negative, but I like this back image. This is a cool back image. And the front art, so the dark portion here, I think that's a little bit of an odd choice in that image.
I could not figure out that picture. The numbers of arms and legs don't seem to make any sense to me. So yeah, okay. Third one, Clark and the Himselves. Mary Ray Says is the A side, and it's backed with a song called Crystal Blue. So This one, it's on black vinyl. That was a little bit disappointing that they gave us black vinyl. I thought, for some reason, I was thinking they were all going to be on colored vinyl, but yeah, I guess they decided to do some in black. So maybe it was the band.
Yeah, this kind of gives you the impression that there might be one black or one gray, but the rest of them would be color. So that's maybe a little bit of an unusual choice to do it like that.
Yeah.
Could be that, because of everything that's going on, the supply was slightly disrupted.
I suppose it's possible the band could have said, we don't like colored vinyl, we want black. Here's the back of that one. So you want to talk about this one first, or?
I really like the art on this one. I think this image goes with the song quality very well. She's smoking here in this image. I'm not sure if that's clear or not, but I wrote that it's smoky voice pop, kind of like modern day something would be something like Kurt Weill, or maybe a little bit of a darker version of a Tom Petty song. That's kind of what this reminds me of. The A side. The B side, I feel like Crystal Blue, like a 60s cover, almost works. To me, the A side on this is much stronger, and the B side's doesn't quite pull off the cover to me. I'm very impressed with the A side.
The cover, you're talking about covering Crystal Blue Persuasion by someone else. They didn't actually, did they credit it to him though? I don't think they. Did they credit the song? I'm just trying to remember. But actually, that was what I really liked about this. I really liked the B side. For me, the B side was the better side. I just can't even. Hang on 1 second. I got.
Interesting at the complete opposite taste. But,
yeah, Crystal Blue, written by Clark and himself. So yeah, it's not really I wouldn't call it exactly a cover, but strongly influenced by. I mean, there's no words, I think, on that, right? I think it's just an instrumental. Anyway, I thought that was a really good one. And yeah, the A side I actually liked a lot too, though. I had it as I would agree with everything you said. I thought some of it almost had a little bit of the jangly guitar, and there was also some fuzz guitar in there. The vocals I described as kind of whiny sounding, nasally or whiny, but not necessarily in a negative way. But maybe, what was the word your description might have been a better choice of words for that. So, okay. Next one is Gorilla Toss.
Oh, black as well.
Oh, another black record. Okay, yeah. Thanks for pulling that out. Yeah. This is Human Girl is the A side, and Own Zone is the B side. This is a six-piece band with a girl singer, keyboards and synth sounds, and a cool change of pace halfway through the song. An instrumental song, cool sounding pop song was what I have. So, and then the second side sounded like early 80s new wave to me, specifically the band Missing Persons. So, yeah, that's what I got for Gorilla Talk.
I'm not that well versed on 80s stuff, but I did write that this could have been a radio hit in 1987. That was kind of what it sounds like to me. It's a little bit funky. It's a little bit of a funky bass line and groove, and bouncy female vocals, and just a little bit of touch of sight guitar, which they probably wouldn't have had in 1987. But nice. I felt like that came together pretty nice. The artwork might be slightly darker than the song. It's a little more fun than the art would imply, I think. But I'd say overall it's pretty strong.
I just wanted to mention that I'm seeing some comments over there on the side, and Sean and I are actually, we're going to just keep on going here. Anybody's welcome to comment. Thanks for commenting and tuning in. Sean and I are actually, we're not really going to be addressing the comments too much. We're just going to go, or not at all. Yeah, we're just going to go through and continue to rank these. So yeah, but please feel free to continue commenting over there. Next record is by Father John Misty. Is that another black one? Yeah, so like 3 in a row black ones there, huh? Okay, this one, I'll go ahead and talk about this one. This one is Father John Misty is it's a very quiet song with there's piano strings and flutes, but it almost just sounds like a singer-songwriter type song. And the first side is to S, and the second side is to R. And yeah, these just sound like very personal songs where he is. It sounds like he's addressing something that's really happened. I think he's missing someone, I believe. So, really nice sounding song.
Yeah, this is Josh Tillman. I'd say this is his typical sound. It's a little bit low-key, depressive, kind of strummy singing. But yeah, I'd say this is a very solid record.
More Mother. M-O-O-R. The back of this is just sort of it's not solidly gray, it's sort of a pattern. Very cool purple vinyl, I thought, that translucent purple.
I don't know if that comes out on screen or not, but it's a nice purple.
Yeah, it's coming across pretty well, yeah. Yeah, so this one is a rap song. So what did I say about this one? It's a female rapper. It sounds like she's talking over some found sounds and some atmospheric music. The B-side I really liked. I guess we're not getting into the B-side was different, a little bit more musical, and I thought it sounded kind of futuristic or like a science fiction soundtrack or kind of like space rock. So, yeah, More Mother.
Yep. I did not know this was a female, but I wrote loose experimental hip hop with some of that pitch correction, which seems to be all the rage in the mainstream hip hop. The A side has a little bit of an abrupt ending to me. It seems like they just cut the tape. The B side almost could be an ambient noise track, maybe a little bit of vaporwave influence. The cover certainly could be a vaporwave cover. I did not research any of these. I'm just listening to them raw and trying to make an impression without researching the band. So I will research them later. I did know a couple of these already, Father John Misty, and of course some of the next ones, but most of these were completely new to me.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I should have mentioned that at the beginning too. Is that yeah? It sounds like you did exactly what I did. I'm just judging them completely on what I'm hearing and what they're presenting to me. So I didn't do any research. Don't know anything about these bands. The next one is one that we are all aware of, Eddie Vedder, and I'll let you talk about this one first if you want to. This one came with a booklet on the inside.
Very nice production on this one. I'd say this is his typical post Pearl Jam sound. I think he started Into the Wild soundtrack. He started this kind of styles, very sparse acoustic, but it's on a slightly green tinted clear, which goes very well with this movie that he made the song from. I think this ice and the artwork, I think it all ties in together very well. The movie is Return to Mount Kennedy, which I don't know anything about. I don't know if that's about one of the Kennedys or if it's, I don't know. But very solid. Eddie Vedder is not my favorite, but I thought this is a very solid single. Real nice with the booklet.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I mean, I don't know anything about that movie either, but I'm sure it must be about the Kennedys because the B side of the record has the speech from Robert F. Kennedy. I guess he must have made that speech on the day that Martin Luther King was assassinated, or the day after, very soon thereafter. So, yeah, so instrumental on side A, and then just that Yeah, it's a speech from Robert F. Kennedy. They just put over some music, the B side. So next record, Julia Jackson. I just want to jump in here and say that this is my favorite art of all of them. I really like this one a lot, both the front and the back. Let's see. So the A side is In Perth Before the Border Closes, and the second side is called Cry. So it's female vocal with a cool rock band backing it, and Cry is sort of the same, except it's not quite as much of a rock and roll feel. It's more of a like an acoustic singer songwriter type. So country western, I would say, is the B side, but the A side, I call it just, like standard rock and roll. I guess it's just a 4-piece band, I think, and they're sounding really good. Julia Jacqueline.
Okay, I kind of had a problem with the artwork, but that's just from a photography point of view. I believe this is a professionally set up photograph because of the lighting on her chin. But the fact that neither of her eyes are visible in the photo kind of bothers me. But that may just be a personal photography critique. As far as the music on this, there's sort of delicate female vocals. I would actually call it alt country. There's several of these records I would say are go in the country category, probably about 3 of them. So I think that's somewhat of a new direction for a SubPop, and not necessarily all alt country, but just a couple of them could be just regular country radio songs. The B-side Cry, especially, is a story song, which is very much kind of a country thing, telling a story, during the song. One thing I did notice on this, and I don't know if this is the first time they did that, but they changed the SubPop Club Volume 5. Instead of typing it out, they started putting the number 5, starting with that record. I thought that was an unusual choice. Like here's both of them. Like say it's in 2 rows, and then
I noticed that. They did on the first couple of them though. They didn't have months. Like at some point, they started putting a month on there. Like I think about June or something. But the first ones didn't have months on. Next record is Loren. A side of this is It's Time I Played a Love Song. B side is I Did You Wrong. You want to talk about this one?
I really like the color of this one. I know most people are not that interested in color of records, but this is the most vibrant yellow I've seen on a record. This is the most vibrant yellow. There's another one later that's very vibrant as well, but this is the strongest color I've ever seen on a vinyl record. This is the one I would say could go as regular country. The A side's kind of, I would call it a Patsy Cline style song. There's some backup vocals. It's acoustic based. There's a little bit of I would call it an Elliott Smith style guitar part. And what I mean by that is it's kind of like a standard 1-4-5 progression. The Elliott Smith would kind of just oscillate between the 1 and the 4 and not resolve his chord progressions. It would be resolved within the vocals. I kind of think that's what she's doing, which would very, very much fit in with the SubPop aesthetic. The B side, I would say, is just a real country song. You could put that on the radio, on country radio, classic country radio, not like modern country, but in key slide guitar, verse chorus. It's got a standard turnaround, standard country turnaround. So
that's exactly what I said about the B side. I Did You Wrong as a B side. I said it's a country tune with twangy guitar and pedal steel. The A side. I think your description is pretty much a girl singing with acoustic guitar backing, and country. Okay.
I have heard some newer bands using pedal steel in kind of a more experimental way. but the old style 60s country, when they used it, they always slid up into tune with the vocals of the other guitars or something. It's just a very specific sound that's to me screams classic country.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, I think Robert Randolph Family Band, isn't that the guy? Robert Randolph plays the pedal steel, but they're pretty much a rock and roll band. Or Oh Me is the next record. Omi, Ami. I have no idea how you would pronounce that. OHMME.
I read it as Om, like Om, kind of like a meditative Om.
And I was reading that. I was reading this. Oh me. Sort of an expression of surprise, I guess, or something like that. So, yeah. The A side is called Mine, and the B side is called Miasma. Yeah, white vinyl. And I wrote that this is a very straightforward, with a driving beat throughout, female vocals again, and it's a song about greed. I like the B side better, Miasma. I thought it was sort of mysterious sounding, and some good instrumentation at the end of it. Yeah.
I thought it was a nice, bouncy, danceable beat on the A side, fairly radio friendly. The B side had female vocals, indie pop, a little bit of slide guitar on this, but not classic slide guitar, just a little accent. It's a little bit of a vocal swell technique that's pretty interesting. The white vinyl, I think, goes well. It's a nice package with that art.
I like that art a lot too.
Kind of strange characters on the back there, maybe some clown uniform or something going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that art on that one a lot too. That was good.
Yeah, when I saw the some of the bands that were going to be on this year's list, I thought this was going to be OM, the band that's the guys from Sleep. I thought this was going to be a side project from them because they had another SubPop single from OM. It's one of the highly sought after ones that I had never been able to catch up to, but I was fairly pleased with this.
Yeah. Next one, Tiki Tiki. I'm just going to remind people again that Sean and I are not really addressing the comments, so thanks for commenting over there and thanks for tuning in. But yeah, we're just going to focus on this on these records here. So Tiki Tiki, I suppose is a pronunciation of that. It's hard to say for sure. And this is all in Spanish. Kodomo no Kuni or Onigami. Once again, I have no idea how to pronounce that. We'll probably get Jeff to give us some help with those. Artwork is very abstract or psychedelic on the back, I suppose. Oh, yeah. This is another cool looking one. Red vinyl.
Very vibrant red.
It's kind of like that yellow you were talking about, isn't it?
This might be the reddest, Jeff, I've ever seen. I've had a lot of red vinyl, but this is quite striking.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. So, this is I describe this one as with having horns and flute and very well produced. And I thought it was a beautiful sounding song. And side B, Onigami, I thought sounded sort of ominous at the beginning, but then some horns came in and there was some female singing. So I like some of the guitar work at the end of side B. The only problem with this one is it's all in Japanese. So I think it said on here this band was from Montreal, I believe, or somewhere like that. I think they're from North America, but yeah, I'll sing it in Japanese.
I think the artwork gives you a good indication of what you're getting here. Fairly experimental, kind of reminds me of some of the other experimental Japanese stuff that's big in America right now. maybe a touch of Acid Mother, just a little more song oriented than that, I would say. We hadn't ranked them yet, but this is definitely high up on mine. This might be the only one that I, from the single, will buy something sight unseen. If I see something else from them, I'm probably going to get it without worrying about listening to it. It's just, which to me is the whole point of the whole thing. You introduce something that you don't know with a song or two, and maybe you're going to buy the album or go see them live later from that.
Last one, this is the 12th single. This is the last one that came out. Band called Sumac. Side A is 2 Beasts. Side B is 2 Beasts. These are both excerpts from that. You want to talk about this one?
I feel like this one's not going to be in your wheelhouse as much. This is a little bit more like what I was expecting the Ohm record to be. This kind of sounds a little bit like what the Ohm band, very dirgy, sludge kind of riff. I feel like the vocals maybe just a tad too much. A little too much like hardcore vocals, is a little too growly for my taste. The riffs are excellent. The guitar riffs are excellent. The drums don't quite match up to the rest of it. I would call this noise rock sludge.
I called it stoner rock. Heavy guitar, bass, and drums. I kind of like some of the music, guitar and stuff was okay, but yeah, those growling, tortured vocals, I don't understand. I don't know. I know people have been doing that for 20 or 30 years in a long time, and I've never, understood it. And I realize I'm missing out on a lot of music because of that. But another thing I want to mention about this record is that side 2 ends with a locked groove, so that if you have an automatic return turntable like I do, which is nice for a 7-inch single, you don't have to jump up when the record's over. You can let it return by itself.
Yeah.
Sumac said no.
It's a little bit of an annoying end groove too, I would say. Some of them kind of end on a drone or a solid note that you can just leave running for a minute or two, and it's not annoying. But this one, you're gonna jump up and turn it off pretty quick. It's a little odd that they split the song over 2 sides. I guess this type of music just works in 10 or 12-minute songs best. I did look this one up. This is a guy from ISIS, the vocalist from ISIS. So that's a little bit of a somewhat famous metal band. I think there'll probably be a lot of people after this one. I think I'm just going to keep mine complete as a set. But
okay. What I have here is a sealed ballot. I am about to reveal your number 1 choice and your number 12 choice. Are you ready? I am going to say, wow, from what you just said, I think I may have picked it here. Your number 1 pick, Tiki Tiki. Your number 12 pick, Gorilla Toss. Are we going to reveal them first? Or should you tell me now if I got them right, or are we going to go through and reveal and I'll find out?
You got Techie right. I'll say that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. We'll see. We'll save Gorilla Toss until we get to the 12. Right? Did you freeze? I think you froze. Oh, there you.
It came back.
Okay.
Okay. My guess was that yours was Techie, or however you say that as well, was your number 1. And I'm going to guess that you put Sumac at number 12. Yeah. The vocals, I feel like, just would have. I like this style of music, the sludgy type of stuff, but it was a little too much for me in this song. So I feel like for you, that's really going to be a turn off for you. So I'm going to say that one. I'm pretty solid that one was your either 11 or 12.
Yeah, you nailed it. That's my 12. That's my 12. It was like from the moment those vocals started. That one. Well, I'll tell you, actually, another one I didn't like before we just start ranking it, just a sort of an aside here. More Mother, I really did not like when I first heard it. Like with several of these, actually, my rankings kept changing. More Mother really grew on me a lot. So, and some of the others did too. So,
I just got it yesterday, but it's pretty low on my list.
Maybe it'll grow on you. We'll see. Okay, I think we're ready to start our ranking here. So the way this is going to work is Sean is going to name his number one. Well, I guess, but anyway, we're going to start from the beginning. So Sean's going to name his number one. I will say where that one came in my ranking. Then I will name my number one. If our number ones are the same, then I'll go to my number two and so on. So we'll go down through the 12 here. So what's your number one?
Techie Techie was my favorite record all around. Yeah.
Okay. I had
favorite package, favorite music, whole thing.
I had it at number 5. Yeah, I thought it was a good one. My number one, Eddie Vedder. The instrumental side was good, but it's really that second side where they put the speech over the music. I mean, I just thought it was extremely powerful. For me, it was number one with a bullet, and I never budged from that place. So,
at number 2, I had Sumac at number 2.
Where'd you have Eddie first?
Oh, I had Eddie at number 7.
7. I mean, I guess that's the way we're going to do this. We'll just go through because we'll tell.
Okay, so you want to say your number 2, and then we'll.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. I'll go ahead and do. Okay, my number 2 was Clark and the Himselves, and that was largely because of that B side. I thought it sounded like a '60s throwback to Crystal Blue Persuasion. I thought it sounded really good.
I had that one at number 9. Yeah, for me, it didn't work. I don't know if the vocal melody's not quite matched up with the key they're playing in or something. Something's a little off about it for me. I'm going to give it a listen right after this and see if I still feel like that.
Okay. Number 3? Or are we on your number 2 now?
I had Sumac for number 2.
You have Sumac for number 2, really?
Yeah, I do like the music. I like the package and everything. The vocals do grate at me a little bit, but see, that's one of the things that I've talked about several times before. The difference in sludge and stoner rock is sludge is supposed to be angry like hardcore. It's supposed to grab your attention. It's almost really just supposed to be angry music. So it does kind of go with the music. Although it does grate on my nerves a little bit, but I have it at number 2.
Huh, okay. What's your number 3?
Number 3, I have Ohm.
Okay. I have them at number 6. Trying to remember which ones they were. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that was a cool song. That was just sort of a. That was the one that was close to being sort of like a straight ahead rock and roll song now. So it sort of comes out. That was number 3 for you. Yeah, okay. I have it number 6. Okay. My number 3 is Julia Jacqueline.
I had Julia Jacqueline at 4. So yeah, I had it pretty high.
So that's just about the same. That's almost matching there. Okay.
If the cover art would have been slightly different, I might could have bumped it up 1 or 2 more, but I'm rating the whole package. The songs are excellent.
I probably did not focus on the art too much. Okay, so that was your number.
That was my number 4.
Okay.
Julia Jacqueline.
And we've done your number 3. So your number 5?
Lorraine. I had Julia Jacqueline, and Lorraine was sort of the 2 country of the pack, and so I have Lorraine at number 5. Pretty good.
I have Lorraine at 4. So we rank those 2 right together, Julia and Lorraine together.
Julia Jackson, Lorraine, Techie Techie are very strong songs. I think everybody would put them in the top half. Sumac and Ohm may be more specific to people's taste. So.
Okay. All right, so I think I have named all of mine so far, and we are down to
6, I think, is the next one. Gorilla Toss. You had it ranked.
number 10.
Okay. And then I have Eddie Vedder for number 7. I thought it was a strong track. I do have 2. I have his album from Into the Wild, and then I also have his ukulele album. So they're maybe too similar to both of those for that to rank higher for me. I did think this was maybe the best package overall, just because of the extra stuff, the extra care they put into matching the color of the vinyl to the image, and then the booklet and everything. So props for that to SubPop.
Okay. So that was your number 7?
That was 7.
Okay, my number 7, I have Father John Misty, which was kind of a surprise for me because I have a couple of Father John Misty albums. I really have never liked them too much. I mean, just so boring, you know. But for just for one song or 2 songs here, an A and B side, I thought they were both really strong songs, and it held up for me for 2 songs. I had Father John Misty at number 7.
I have Father John Misty at number 8, so pretty close on that.
Yeah.
I actually like the I don't know what it's called, but the one with it's kind of like the end of the world on the cover of the Father John Misty. The one where he kind of really broke through, I think. I can't remember the name of it, but maybe for me, he works better on a longer form. His record's kind of storytelling, so maybe it has to have more space for it to really work.
Yeah. The thing that sort of bothered me about his records, too, his albums anyway, it seems like he was singing a little bit more on this. It seems like a lot of time on his record, at least that first one I heard, which I can't remember the name of it now, but it just seemed like he was just strumming some chords and just talking over them. It hardly even sounded like he was singing at all.
It's definitely a talk singing style.
Yeah. Okay. That was your number 8.
Yep.
My number 8 is More Mother. I like that one, More Mother, because especially that B side. I really like the space rock aspect of it, and just the atmospheric music. So my number 8.
I had that one at 10.
Okay. What you got at number 8?
Number 8, I have Father John Misty. Then number 9, I have Clark and the Himselves.
Okay. I think we've just about covered them all then. So I had Father John Misty at 7, More Mother at 8, Ilabamba I have at number 9.
11 for me.
That was a weird one for me. It started out really bad, but then it grew on me because I kind of liked the way it sounded. But then I just ended up not liking the fact that it was sung in Spanish, so I really didn't have any idea what they were singing about. And well, also I just thought about it. It sounded like traditional, like Mexican music or something. And I mean, I guess that's okay, but I'm really more of a rocker, I think. You know. So,
See, I like some Spanish music, and some music it doesn't bother me that it's in Spanish. But this particular type of music, I feel like most of what's being communicated is in the song and the lyrics. It's a story. And since we can't understand the story, it didn't connect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Your number 10?
I had More Mother at 10, and then Ilabamba at 11.
And we've done your so. Well, I'm not sure. Let's say Gorilla Toss I had at number 10. And then did either one of us mention Lotion yet? Lotion?
Lotion's mine 12. Yeah,
that was your 12.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my number 11. Sumac's my 12. Let me just do them all real quick, just to make it clear. So I had Eddie Vedder number 1, Clark and Themselves, Julia Jacqueline, Loren, Teki Teki, Om, Father John Misty, More Mother, Ilabamba, Gorilla Toss, Lotion, Lotion, and Sumac.
I had starting from 1, Teki Teki, 2, Sumac, 3, Ohm, 4, Julia Jackson, 5, Loren, 6, Gorilla Toss, 7, Eddie Vedder, 8, Father John Misty, 9, Clark and the Himselves, 10 more Mother, Y, Ilabamba, and at the bottom, Lotion.
Okay. Well, so we didn't agree on any. None of them actually matched up, but the Julia Jackson and Loren, we were almost just about the same. And I think Father John Misty was the other almost the same, 7 and 8 or something. So anyway, well, it's been fun. Thanks for joining me, Sean.
Only other thing I have is anybody's interested in how SubPop came to be to the point to where they do in this club. This is a pretty cool book. This actually is a fanzine called SubPop, and I think they originally sent out tapes, mixtapes, before they started putting out music. So that kind of would give some back history if anybody's really interested on how they got to this point in the early 90s.
That does sound good. Like that K-Rock book that I read. That was very interesting. Of course, K-Rock didn't become nearly as big, I guess, but yeah. All right, well, that's it. So that's our ranking for SubPop Volume 5, and they're doing it with Volume 6. So if you're interested in that, I would advise you to head over towards the SubPop webpage and check it out. And thanks a lot, Sean. I enjoyed it. And thanks for people who commented over there on the side and stuff. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's it. I hope everybody has a great day. See you, Sean.